Louis, originally from South America, was both excited and nervous about becoming a landlord. Although he had dreams of building wealth and creating stability for his family, he quickly realized that managing a rental property in a foreign country came with unique challenges. English was his second language, and while he spoke it well, he occasionally missed nuances in communication. One day, his tenant Amanda, a single mother, emailed him with a seemingly simple request. She needed a copy of her lease for her records. At first, Louis brushed off the email. He thought, "I'll get to it later." But later never came, and Amanda's emails kept piling up. The truth was, Louis had no idea where the lease was. He had grown accustomed to handling things informally and hadn't considered the importance of organized documentation. Embarrassed and not wanting to admit his disorganization, he ignored Amanda's increasingly urgent requests. By the fifth email, Amanda's frustration boiled over. She threatened to withhold rent unless she received her lease. Panicking, Louis contacted his legal representative, assuming this would resolve the issue. His representative sent Amanda a formal notice, but the move backfired.
"Why did you send a lawyer? I just need a lease so I can apply for financial aid."
Amanda, upset and feeling dismissed, emailed Louis once more. Only then did Louis realize how much his lack of communication had escalated the situation. Amanda wasn't being difficult. She simply needed the document to access housing assistance for her family. Feeling ashamed, Louis called his legal representative to dig into his records. The discovery shocked him. No lease had ever been signed. Now facing the consequences of his oversight, Louis scheduled a meeting with Amanda to apologize and rectify the situation. "I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused." Together, they drafted and signed a lease on the spot. Amanda, though initially annoyed, appreciated Louis' effort to take responsibility and resolve the issue directly. The experience became a pivotal lesson for Louis. He invested time in learning about landlord responsibilities, improved his record keeping, and worked on his communication skills. From that moment on, he committed to running his rental business with greater professionalism, ensuring that every tenant felt heard and respected.
Questions and answers. What implications did Louis face for his failure to communicate effectively? Louis incurred legal fees, faced the potential for rent loss, and increased both his stress and the tenant's stress. What consequences could Louis face without a written lease? The terms of the lease will be based on the basic legislation without any special rules or considerations Louis could have added to a written lease. In addition, if there is a dispute of the facts, it will be difficult for Louis to prove anything that was agreed upon. Effective follow-up communication is a critical aspect of managing tenant relationships, particularly after addressing a request, complaint, or problem. Once a concern is raised and actions are taken, following up ensures that the issue has been fully resolved and that the tenant is satisfied with the outcome. Follow-up communication can be as simple as checking in with a tenant after maintenance is completed, confirming that a noise complaint has been resolved, or ensuring the documentation provided met the needs. This shows tenants that their concerns are taken seriously and that their landlord is committed to maintaining a positive living environment. Building trust is one of the most important reasons to follow up. It demonstrates that you care about the tenant's experience and are committed to addressing their concerns. Preventing recurrence is another key point. Ensuring that a problem has been fully resolved helps prevent the same issue from arising again. For example, if a tenant complains about a broken appliance, following up ensures that the repair was successful and that the tenant is satisfied. Clarifying expectations after resolving an issue is also crucial. It's an opportunity to reinforce any new expectations or rules to prevent future problems. Following up also creates a strong paper trail should it be needed at any point in the future. Effective follow-up techniques include personal contact, where you reach out to the tenant directly, either by phone or email, to ask if the issue has been resolved to their satisfaction. This creates a personal connection and shows attentiveness. For more serious issues, written confirmation is recommended. This serves as both a confirmation of resolution and a record of the actions taken. Regular check-ins are also important. Establish a practice of periodic check-ins with tenants, even when no issues have been raised. This helps maintain open communication and can prevent problems from developing. Challenges in follow-up can arise as some tenants may be hesitant to provide feedback or may avoid addressing lingering issues. Landlords should encourage honest communication and make it clear that the goal is to improve their living experience. The importance of documentation as a landlord cannot be understated. Let's meet Myra as we learn about the benefits of good documentation.
Myra was the epitome of hard work and perseverance. For over a decade, she juggled 2 jobs, saving every penny to achieve her dream of owning a rental property. When she finally bought her first unit, it was a proud moment, a testament to her grit and determination. However, managing the rental alongside her demanding jobs proved more challenging than she anticipated. Myra's time was stretched thin. Between long shifts and her other responsibilities, she often found herself overwhelmed by the operational tasks of her rental business. Her system, or lack thereof, was to toss anything remotely related to the property into a shoebox. Bills, rent payment notices, and maintenance records all ended up in the same chaotic pile. At tax time, the shoebox was handed off to her accountant, who somehow made sense of it. But last year, cracks in this approach began to show. Myra had replaced the kitchen cupboards in the rental unit for her tenant, an upgrade she was proud of. However, when tax season rolled around, she realized she couldn't find the receipt for the cupboards. She had purchased them from a wholesaler, and when she contacted the store, they informed her they couldn't provide a duplicate. Thankfully, the installer had a copy of their paid invoice and sent it to her, but it was just one of many missing pieces. Throughout the year, Myra had picked up small items like light bulbs, plumbing parts, and other supplies for the property. She was sure she'd saved those receipts, but they were nowhere to be found. To complicate matters, she had issued a rent increase mid-year, but couldn't remember exactly when or find the notice she had sent. She didn't have time to sift through her bank statements for answers, as they were buried in a stack of unopened mail. Frustrated, Myra recognized her disorganization wasn't just a minor inconvenience. It was actively harming her rental business. Without proper records, she risked losing tax deductions, creating tenant dissatisfaction, and jeopardizing her financial stability. Determined to improve, Myra started researching systems to streamline her operations. She decided to digitize her records, set aside a specific time each week to organize documents, and invest in accounting software. While Myra knew it would take effort to turn things around, she was determined to build a more efficient and sustainable rental business.